Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Parents Engaging Parents Beloved Community Check-in. My name is Erica Beverett, checking in from Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Definitely here to share the information on beverages with our senior nutritionist and SNAP educator, uh, Victoria. And we also are going to have joining us this evening is Gabby, who is our powerful leader out of Trenton, New Jersey. Hello.
Hey,
Good evening,
good
Gabby. How are things
evening.
going with you?
I'm well. How are you?
Okay. Tell me, over these last couple of weeks, we've had this engagement with the Community Food Bank of New Jersey. How have you changed your life when it comes to the information that you've received from these engagements?
Well, I can say it has been a lot of information to gather. Trying to change your habits or learning different ways is extremely challenging. But I can say that I have been making healthier food choices. I have incorporated beans in one of my meals. So I've been trying to get my bean flow going.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say there and just really being careful about what I eat, my salt intake, and just being cognitive of, all of those things that I'm inserting into my body. So,
Yeah.
yes.
So I found that as well. I've been a lot more intentional in what I'm eating and
Yeah.
how much. Victoria, girl, I hear you in my head. Like portions.
Portions.
I'm just gonna bring you on screen. So thank you for that because I've actually lost a couple of pounds, and I'm not gonna say it's a big amount of pounds, but it's, hey, 3 pounds.
Okay.
So
Congratulations. Many,
yes,
many
yes.
congrats. So
So I'm
3 pounds this
hearing
month,
this.
3 pounds next month.
Yes, so you are really speaking to me and really being intentional as far as cutting down, eating my portions, making sure I get all my veggies in and my fruits. Like I'm making sure I have
Yes.
fruits on deck. Like when I know that I'm going to be
I
hungry.
got some fruits I've been eating this week. I'm so proud of myself. Thank you, Victoria.
You guys are very welcome. I'm so glad to hear the positive notes from you guys. It makes
Yes.
my day much better.
Yeah, for sure. So okay, Victoria, you're gonna go ahead and share with us what you've got for us tonight. I know that we're gonna be talking about beverages.
Yes, today's lesson
My
is all
fave.
about healthy beverages. And oh no, how did I do that? Give me 1 second. There we go. And if we could just go ahead and present the slides. So as always, we always like to note that we are a part of the USDA, United States Department of Agriculture, where we do not discriminate based on age, race, national origin, sex, religious creed, disability, political belief, etc. We are very inclusive, no discrimination on our part. So for today's lesson, we'll briefly go through some healthy beverages, how to read that nutrition facts label a little closely. I know we did just talk about that a lot last week, but we'll take it a little deeper dive into it. We have a little activity for you guys to read how much sugar is in our favorite beverages. Hi, Drusilla. Good evening. Welcome, welcome. As always, we do have a recipe to share out with our participants. A little time for some questions and answers, followed by that brief survey. Now, that survey has not changed, but thank you all for those of you who have participated in the survey. We greatly appreciate the responses.
Mm-hmm.
So, to go ahead and get started, healthy beverages. So, what are some of your favorite beverages? Hi, Miss Elise.
Hey, Miss Elise.
I know for myself, I always typically have like two beverages with me. I always have water. It's my number one. But
Mhm.
closer to the end of the day, mid afternoon, I always need a coffee. I need like a little energy boost or something. So always like having like a little like sweet type of item in there. But coffee is
Yes.
definitely one of my also favorite beverages.
Yeah, so you know what? I have I one of my favorite beverages is probably is like cranberry juice. but I've been more like leaning towards not having that big glass like
Mhm.
I would normally, like the big. I kind of cut that in half. So it's kind of like my treat. That's like my sweet treat.
Mhm.
Um, opposed to drinking water.
That's amazing, and
Mhm.
definitely watching that portion size, I see.
Mhm.
Cranberry juice
Mhm.
is actually very healthy for us. It has lots of antioxidants in it, but one of my favorite drinks that I actually like to make, and I'll get it out at restaurants sometimes too, is I
Mhm.
mix cranberry juice with seltzer water and a little, lime wedge. Very delicious, gets that little
Sounds
bubbly
good.
fizz in there. It's a
Mhm.
healthy alternative to a soda.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
And
that is a great idea because it gives you
you
that bubbly fizzy if you have like that tendency to want that.
mhm, it gets that craving
Mhm.
out.
Mine's
Mhm.
is water, but if I do want to treat myself, it would either be cranberry or a ginger ale.
Ooh,
Mhm.
ginger ale. So ginger ale is my favorite soda. Guys, don't forget, it is always okay to have a favorite item, but to always remember that if it is unhealthy for us, in moderation. I think that's like maybe once a month, I'll go ahead and treat myself to some ginger ale. Hi, Miss May. How are you doing today?
Hey, Miss May. I was down there in Richmond today hanging out with Miss May. She was rocking and rolling. She got so much going on. She is doing her thing.
Oh, that's
She's
amazing.
amazing. So what are some of the beverages that you like out there? I know, of course, one of yeah, I see Drusilla. She says, "Me, I do like coffee. Today I had juice, but I mixed it with a vitamin C package." Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay.
Vitamin C, always very important for us. A little fun fact, a zucchini actually has, wait, is it zucchini? Nope, I'm thinking of potassium.
Mhm.
Zucchinis actually have more potassium than a banana, fun fact.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But vitamin
I
C
Interesting.
can
prefer
be
the
found.
zucchini over the banana.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Never knew that.
Cooked or raw?
Drusilla says she likes those naked drink. Oh, naked
Ooh,
fruit? Is it a drink? Because I know that there is a drink called naked,
Nate,
and
yep.
it's like a smoothie type of
Mhm.
thing.
Which are
Oh,
very
those have like
delicious.
they are delicious, but I heard they have like a lot of stuff packed in it.
Mhm.
Even though they
Lots
say
of,
it's nutritious.
the fun fact about it is there's no added sugar to it, which is good. So it's the all natural sugars that you're finding in your fruits and vegetables. But there are a lot of preservatives in there in order to maintain that long shelf life that they do have.
Mhm. Hmm. All right. Miss May says she likes her cherry juice.
Ooh,
Oh,
delicious.
that sounds sweet.
All types
Yes.
of juices are really good. And something else that I've been incorporating into my diet to just get a little bit more protein is I'll do a vanilla protein mixed with orange juice. And it kind of tastes like an orange Julius almost.
Mm.
Oh, remember those? I remember I never knew what an orange Julius was until my kids came home, like making it. Like it was
Mhm.
like their addiction for a little while. When I think
Oh,
fifth
you're gonna
grade.
have to make me try it. But it sounds like it will make your stomach bubble.
It, it's pretty good. It gives it definitely helps give me that boost in the morning. I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of what are some of
And
the
yeah, with that protein.
yes, gets me going. Helps keep
Yeah.
me full a little longer until my lunchtime. Just
Yeah, so I think that those I used to like I was a big iced coffee kind of person and always running to go get those type of drinks at different places.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, and I know that those could be like riddled with um sugar, and they always put like a lot of syrup and stuff like that. Have you ever
Mhm.
watched them actually make it? It's like, oh wow, why did I drink that?
Mhm.
Or the cream, the huge amounts of cream in it.
Mhm.
Those
I
are sneaky.
I
agree,
used
which
to
is
be
why
a
I love
big
making.
coffee drinker and energy drink drinker. Like being in college and having a kid,
Mm,
it was so, and Milan was very young at the time,
Mhm.
so it was extremely hard to stay up. So
Mhm.
mhm.
coffee and Red Bulls is my best friend. at one point in life, but I can't. It crashed
And
me
sometimes
hard.
you really got to be careful with how much caffeine you actually consume too, because like at one point it's just not even going to have that effect on us anymore.
Yeah.
So always trying to be mindful, trying to keep that limited amount of that caffeine in your diet. But I will say I do love my caffeine. I love my coffee.
Yeah, I still drink my coffee. I just been a little bit more intentional on like making it at home. Or I give myself enough time, or if I don't give myself enough time to make it, then I just won't have it until the evening maybe, because I just don't want that nagging headache.
Yes.
But yeah, I think that coffee is probably like my number one fave.
Yep. I'm also like thinking, and I really love iced teas. For myself, like I'll brew my own iced tea, keep it unsweetened. It's very good. I'll even have that in the morning over coffee sometimes. Actually, I don't even drink coffee in the morning. I'm an afternoon, like 3-4 o'clock coffee girl. But or even lemonades. I love like having like the lemonade packets at home. They're quick and easy to make, and they're actually very healthy for us as well too, because there's not that much sugar that's in there as well.
Oh, Flo. Hi, Flo. Flo's tuning in, and she said coffee is her go-to.
Anyone else have any other beverages that they would like to share?
Girl, nobody's judging you.
I wanted to say alcoholic beverage, but thank you.
I will say it because I'm not.
I'm glad she done opened up the floor. Thank you, Flo. Thank
you.
Flo, no, we're not judging you. We're all grown. We're all adults here.
We're all over the age of 21, maybe.
Yes.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yes, we all love our wine. Okay, so Drusilla says she likes her smoothies.
Smoothies, incorporating those fruits and vegetables into our daily diets. They are amazing.
Okay, and Ayana Jenkins says she loves green tea and coffee are her favorite beverages. Yeah, I love the
Kanye.
That is a lot of caffeine right there with that green tea.
Yeah, we're over here dying laughing with you, Flo. We was all sitting here trying to be like, not the wine. We love wine. In moderation, of course, right? Okay. Any other favorite?
Any other ones that's from your home country, maybe? I know for myself, being Portuguese, there's a soda. It's pineapple flavored. It's my favorite. It's called Small. Very delicious. I'm even thinking, even when I'm out in like Europe, I love the sodas out there. They taste much more natural. They don't have like that added high fructose corn syrup in them, and they just taste so much better. How about you guys? Anyone else?
Yes, my family makes carrot juice. Oh my God. It is just the best. And they add some rum in it because we're Jamaican. So they like to add that little tang, and it'd be like ginger. And it's just so good. And then I don't know if you ever heard of rum cream, Jamaican rum cream, but it is an alcoholic beverage. But it is so good. It's like a vanilla creamy type of drink, but it is. And I only get it when somebody goes to Jamaica and bring it back. So that's
for sure. Oh, and you know what? Shout out to you, Flo, because Flo is actually the vice president of the North Board of Education, and she is definitely one of our friends of PEP, friends of the show, sister, like friend to the show and to us. We are all family here. So shout out to you for keeping it real, Flo. We love you for that.
So technically you just wanted to say wine is one of your faves. Again. That's what she wanted to say. Oh my God.
Okay, no, she said every day. Sorry, not sorry. Yes, every day. Yeah, sometimes life requires that. One though, right?
I know.
We're all parents in here, right?
Yeah, we're all parents. We're all over 21.
We be needing a little drinky drink.
Yeah. Yep. And they do, and wine is really good for us, right? The red wine.
They do say that it does help with like brain function. There was that one why am I trying one commercial with the Welch's grapes and how they have I'm trying to think of the commercial. It was I remember I'm like sitting there and I remember watching it and I'm like Concord grapes, yeah, they're great for us. And it was just like, yeah,
Look, okay. I think Flo knows. She says it helps
the
blood
blood
vessel
levels
levels.
and heart health.
Mm-hmm. See? Okay, everybody have your one glass of wine. And everybody, if you're out there listening and hanging out with us tonight, definitely please like and share our page and our posts. You're on it, like it, share it, say something. Definitely share your thoughts with us.
Have a conversation with us. We're fun.
Mm-hmm.
We are fun.
Yeah,
All right.
so the blood levels. Yeah. Thanks for that.
Yes. Well, thank you all for who has shared what their favorite beverages are. We greatly appreciate it. It's just always nice to hear because we all kind of always share like some kind of similarity, and it's important to drink water. We all know that, but we all have those different beverages that we like to have each and every day, possibly, or in moderation, whichever. But we'll go ahead and we'll take a deeper dive into our beverages. So, as always, we tie everything back to our My Plate, which includes fruits, vegetables, grains, protein, dairy. Just to go over, try to make half of your plate fruits and vegetables. Focus on whole fruits and vegetables and trying to eat that rainbow of all those different colors because not one fruit or vegetable has all the necessary vitamins, minerals, and nutrients we need daily. Greens, trying to make half of our grains whole grains. For protein, varying those protein options that we have, trying to incorporate fish into our diet at least twice a week. And for dairy, move to low fat or fat free milk or yogurt. And then there's always the items that we don't typically see on our My Plate, but there is to limit. And what that means is to drink and eat less sodium, saturated fats, and added sugars, which is typically where our beverages come in. So it really matters what we drink because sugary beverages can add those extra calories to your diet as well as contribute to obesity. And they are often the largest contributor of added sugars to our diets. So, how much sugar is okay? So, to break it down a little bit better, is added sugar intake should be less than 10% of your daily calories. So, again, as always, try to talk to your physician, figuring out what that calorie diet should be for yourself. But on average, a 2,000 calorie diet is mostly recommended as an eating plan, calorie diet a day. And the added sugars should be for that 2,000 calorie diet, it should be less than 12.5 teaspoons of sugar a day, which equals to about 50 grams. Now, I know last weekend we kind of touched base on how the nutrition facts label measures everything in grams. So, in order to measure grams, it's easiest to think of it as a teaspoon essentially. So, 1 teaspoon of sugar will equal 4 grams of sugar. So essentially, your teaspoon of sugar is also equivalent to a sugar cube. If anyone measures anything in sugar cubes, to give you a little bit better understanding. And there's so many different names for sugars out there. Anhydrous, dextrose, brown sugar, confectioner sugar, powdered sugar, corn syrup solids, dextrose, fructose, high fructose corn syrup, honey, maple syrup, maltose, maple syrup, molasses, nectar, pancake syrup, raw sugar, sucrose, white granulated sugar, invert sugar. There's so many different options out there, and majority of the time you can find these being labeled on that nutrition facts label. So just again, to break down that nutrition facts label, we have the old label and our new label, where all of our food items should now be present as the new label as of the beginning of 2021. But as you can see, sugar is just sugar on that nutrition facts label. The only new change that was made was that now the new labels have to include added sugar, which means it's just a sugar that's being added to it. It's not that natural sugar that could be found in the product. So let's take a quicker little dive and a little look at some of our nutrition labels. So here we have, I know they're very small. I try to highlight everything as best as I could for you guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and figure out how many teaspoons of sugar are found in each of the beverages that we have. So for example, this one has 22 grams of sugar. So in order to find out how many teaspoons, you just divide your grams by 4. So 22 divided by 4 equals how many teaspoons of sugar?
5.5. Oh, sorry.
For anyone who didn't hear Gabby give the answer away, anyone else want to take a guess? Me, I have to pull out my calculator.
Every time. Yeah, math.
It's like being back in the classroom, like you're the first one to raise your hand.
Gabby was the anxious one to get the answer right. Me. I know that, student.
I pulled out my calculator so quick, like, what is this calculation?
So you remember from last week. Just what I like to hear. For our friends out in virtual land, can anyone tell us how many teaspoons of sugar is found? Elise, so close. So it would be 5 grams if there were 20 grams of sugar in this product. So remember, we have to divide 22 by 4 to find out the teaspoons.
Okay, Miss May.
Miss May with the correct answer of 5 and oh, I didn't even realize this was here. Anyway, Miss May is correct with that answer of 5.5. I forgot I gave little options for you guys, but great job. There are 5.5 teaspoons of sugar. Now hold up. I know this image is very small, but remember that it's always important to look at that serving size. So, however, this item is with the old nutrition facts label, but it does say that there are 2 servings in this bottle. So essentially what we have to do is we now have to multiply that 5.5 by 2, meaning that there's actually 11 teaspoons of sugar in this one, I'm thinking apple juice, excuse me, 1 chocolate milk. And that's already close. What was that?
That small bottle.
That one small bottle has 11 teaspoons of sugar in there. And that's almost close to that 12.5 teaspoon mark that we should be eating each and every day in just one little bottle. Oop. And I have another example for you guys. This one is just a can of cola. As you can see, we have our total sugars and our added sugars. They're exactly the same, meaning that there's no natural sugar found in this can. But how many teaspoons of sugar is found in our 39 grams? And do not be afraid to use a calculator, because I had to. So remember, it's 39 divided by 4 to find the number of teaspoons.
Who's got their calculator out? All right, Miss Elise says C.
Correct, Miss Elise. There are not, and Miss May coming in right behind with that correct answer too. There are 9 and 3/4 teaspoons of sugar found in this 1 can of cola. So again, just think of a regular size can of cola. That's already almost majority of the sugar that you're supposed to be consuming each and every day.
I'm just going to ask everybody to stop what you're doing if you're still not at your calculator. I'm going to ask you to hit that heart button or the thumbs up button, and share. Please share this video.
Share us out with the world. Alrighty. So thank you all for your participation in this class. But so to keep in mind, again, based on that 2,000 calorie a day diet plan, your added sugars should be less than 12.5 teaspoons or 50 grams per day. So just think about it. Essentially 40 grams are in this 1 can of cola right here. What else are you going to be able to consume to live that healthy lifestyle? So as always, it's key to have everything that we like in moderation that is unhealthy for us. Like I said, for myself, I love ginger ale. It's my favorite soda. I'll have it at least probably once a month just for myself. And for myself, I love seltzer water. So I even have a seltzer water maker in my house. So I have that ginger ale liquid that I'm able to pour into it. So I actually use a little less. So it's not the full amount of sugar that's found in there. It's more so just to kind of make my head think I'm having some ginger ale. A nice
right. Yeah, I'm so with that. Yeah, it's kind of like shocking to think that some of those bottles have like upward of like 10 to 12
That's why people be going bonkers, because all of that sugar is a drug.
Wow. Like, because I think about when people put too much sugar in my coffee, it like I get so mad. I'm like, just like 2 or 1.5 or something like. But like when it's like,
my mom's getting 10 sugars. I be telling her every day this is not okay.
Yeah, it's gonna catch up.
People are addicted.
All right, Miss Elise, she's already onto the question. So what are some better options?
Yes. Water. Water is always your best option out there. Remember, it's important to try and drink 8-ounce containers of water each and every day. And if I am able to do my math correctly, it will be 64 ounces of water each and every day to maintain that healthy scale of that water. What?
I'm gonna tell you, shout out to Angela McKnight, because Angela Cares had like a water challenge pretty much, where she challenged everybody to drink that 64 ounces of water per day. And I had so much energy after I drank like water like that for a week. I had a lot of energy. It was so helpful. And then I went back to whatever I used to do. So Angela, please have another challenge.
It's always a fun little challenge to have. You could even try to incorporate the challenge at schools for your children. You can do them at any religious event that you guys are a part of. I know a lot of churches out in the area by me, they like to do walking and water challenges to make sure everyone's getting that exercise as well as that water intake.
Yes.
Yeah. Anything else? What are some? You know what? I'm not even gonna say. I'm waiting for somebody to say it, but
coconut water.
Coconut water, yeah, nice
Miss Island, yeah,
water, good for you, accurate.
I like coconut.
Yes, coconut water. It has all those electrolytes in there, right? Those natural goodness. We don't need Gatorade.
Seltzer water is also a great option as well. It's just essentially water mixed with some carbon dioxide to give it that bubbles. Always a great option.
I gotta try yours with the cranberry.
It's really good, and a little lime wedge, a little squirt of lime in there. It's really yummy.
Okay, it's starting to sound like a mocktail to me.
Yes.
Anybody else thinking?
Other
I was gonna say I thought somebody might come up on Facebook and or YouTube and say like the diet drinks. So I was gonna say maybe diet soft drinks. Are
diet
those
soft
any
drinks are
better?
healthy for us as well, healthier than the normal stuff, but to just be cautious of the sugar alternatives. And
Mm.
if any health conditions are present, definitely talk to your physician, see what would be that better option for yourself. And I'm a weird firm believer. I think Coke Zero tastes so much better than regular Coke.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I've never tried it actually. Like I kind of like stay away
I like Coke Zero.
from
I like the regular Coke.
sodas. If I'm out, maybe sometimes I might have like a Coke, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't buy it. I don't go to the supermarket and buy soda.
Mhm. And
Not
it's
in my
only Coca-Cola that has managed to make a good sugar-free like beverage, like
Mm-hmm.
soft drink, is my opinion. Because I've had like the Sprite and it just doesn't taste exactly the same, or the ginger ale.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, you are correct. Diet soft drinks. Can anyone think of another? I'm specifically thinking one off the top of my head that can be found on our My Plate.
Milk.
Milk, correct. Yes. Our
Oat
dairy
milk.
products
Oat milk.
always remember best to consume that low fat or skim products.
Mm-hmm.
I drink oat milk because even if it's low fat, I just can't get that. My body cannot get down with that milk.
Mm-hmm.
So oat milk has been the only thing that has not made me react to it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I've stuck to that.
Yes, and there's so many different options now for our lactose-free friends, especially our vegan options too now. Oat milk's one of my favorite as well, and I don't have any lactose issues. I just think it
Mm-hmm.
tastes so much better.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's
All
also good
right.
because it does have that calcium that is needed for our bones to help grow. So, whichever option you prefer, we always recommend it. Miss May, almond milk is also one of my favorites too.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yes.
Yep. And then there's soy milk
Mhm.
is another option. Hmm.
Yes, and they also come in like our ice cream containers too.
Mm-hmm.
I work part time at an ice cream parlor, and one of our new flavors is a Ripple. It's called Ripple, the brand, but it's a
Mm-hmm.
pea based um, pea. Yes, pea based pea protein. There we go.
Okay.
And it's very creamy, very delicious. They actually have
Mm.
their line of products at Target and I want to say Whole Foods if anyone wants to give it a try. Very delicious.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that like in different countries they do use like bean based ice creams.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Colombia. I think I've seen that on some show in Colombia that they had something like that, like those bean based ice creams
Mm-hmm.
available.
Different. Well, this was a wonderful conversation as always. There's so many great options for us out there. Um, Heidi,
Honestly.
like I was saying, there's so many great options for us out there. And to just give you guys a few different ideas, is that you can make water more exciting by adding different flavors to it as well, like slices of lemon, lime, oranges, and cucumber to make some fruit infused water.
Hmm.
You can
I don't
add
know how to forget
Mhm.
about this part.
My favorite option, you can add a splash of 100% juice to plain or sparkling water for a low calorie option, or as I like to think of it, a healthier soda option. And then another great idea is to keep a jug of water in the refrigerator so that you have cold, refreshing water on hand each and every day. For myself, I like having my Brita right by my sink. I just keep that filled each and every day. Whenever I need to refill my bottle of water, I know that it's readily available for me. And I keep it at room temperature because if I don't always want my water to be ice cold, but if I want to, I can have the option of adding ice to it to make it nice and cold.
Hmm. Yeah, they that's always super refreshing, like in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I usually like to I'll like shove lime and ginger in my water bottle just so I could feel like I have something to taste.
Yeah, actually the juicing season is coming up. I because when the fall, winter come up, you get all of these, your immunity starts to get low. So I really
Mhm.
like to make smoothies, incorporated things like, I just make, I don't know, I come up with all types of concoctions that's gonna help to get any of that like snot out, any of that mucus out, or just
Mm-hmm.
help boost your immunity. So I actually have to
Mm.
get a new juicer so that I could be
Mhm.
able to start juicing my fruits because I want to make sure that I am being safe.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I'm very jealous, but yes, ginger helps. Any type of
Mhm.
ginger juice, it clears everything out. It's amazing.
Yeah. And helps with digestion too.
Hmm. I also see a lot of things with blueberries to help memory.
Mhm.
There's so many different recipes out there, and they actually say that infused water is a great way to detoxify the body as well. So there's so many different recipes that you can find online. The options are endless, but we actually do have for anyone who wants to be informed, we do have our next segment is the fruit infused water recipe. This one's one of my
Mm.
favorites too. Erica, if we want to go ahead and launch that video to give everyone that understanding of how to actually make fruit infused water. It's very simple. Do not be discouraged.
Okay. Mm.
See how simple and easy it is to make that fruit infused water. The only recommendation that I have is to actually let the fruit and the water infuse together at least
Mhm.
overnight for or even for a couple of hours. The difference in the flavor will be tremendous. And I'm just trying to think off the top of my head some of my other favorite ones. I like to do strawberry and mint, blueberry and orange.
Mm.
Oh,
Hmm. And it's another great way to have to utilize any of that fruit or vegetables that you have at home that might start to be spoiling. It gives you that advantage to be able to use it and not let it go to waste. But if anyone has any other recipes that they would like to share for fruit infused water, there's so many out there. I'm just thinking off the top of my head, there's a few for. I'm actually just going to look it up right now. Here we go. So on our JSY website, which I always like to use, there's orange cranberry cooler, cucumber, lime, and mint. That one sounds very refreshing.
Mm.
A citrus splash, which has lots of citrus in it. So, Gabby, like you mentioned, that vitamin C, great for you. There's apple, pear, and ginger, mixed berry, watermelon, and jalapeno, which at first, before I made it, I didn't really think that there'd be much flavor to it since the watermelon is primarily water itself, but it's
Mhm.
very delicious. And
I'm scared of the jalapeno part though. I like spicy. I like spicy, right? But I don't know if I would like spicy in my drink.
it's
yeah,
pretty good.
sounds good.
I mean, I like spicy as far as like Like I like ginger. I like pepper. Like when we
Mhm.
talk about like Scotch bonnet and weary pepper. That's like
Yeah, that's real
I
pepper.
like that pepper. But thinking about jalapenos in your drink is I guess it's an exotic.
It's an acquired taste. So what I did, Erica, I did in our chat on here, I did share all the recipes that can be found on that JSY website if you'd like to share it out to our friends in virtual land. And Miss May, I see that you like celery juice. Celery juice is amazing as well. Celery is actually one of my favorite vegetables too because it's a negative calorie. So you actually burn calories when you're eating it because there's no calories in celery juice because it's primarily water.
Right. It's super filling
Hmm.
as well.
I love
Mhm.
celery.
So Mr. Fraser did go ahead and insert that link to our friends in virtual land if anyone would like to take a look. Like I mentioned before, I just named all of them off on that website, but you can be creative. You can look online, see what those different ones are out there. Even if you wanted to look up detox water too, see which ones that are out there as well and what those health benefits could be from those different fruits and vegetables. They're really fun to learn about.
Yeah, I love the idea of putting I like the cucumber.
The
I love
cucumber,
cucumber
mint, and
juice. Yeah.
lime.
Cucumber.
Delicious.
Mhm. Love that. Okay.
All right. So back to that presentation. So just to kind of recap everything that we talked about this evening is to try and limit your intake of sugary beverages. We talked about so many different options for healthier beverages. And always remember that your total added sugar intake should be less than 10% of that total daily calories. So that's less than 12 and a half teaspoons or 50 grams based on a 2,000 calorie a day diet plan. And you can also jazz up your water with some slices of fresh fruit or by adding just a splash of fruit juice. Always try to remember that 100% fruit juice, there's no added sugar being added to it. So, like Erica, like you said, you like that cranberry juice, trying to find that
Mhm.
100% juice. There's so many different juice options out there as well. Like, I don't even like just plain cranberry juice anymore. I have to get like cranberry raspberry or cranberry pineapple.
They got the cranberry mango. They got oh my
Cranberry
god, I love.
watermelon. Like your
Oh,
options are endless with juices.
you know what? My new favorite is really the white cranberry and peach.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
It's like super summery. Summer's not
Mhm.
over.
Summer's not
Just
over.
letting y'all know out there with your pumpkin spice blah blah.
I will admit, pumpkin spice is my favorite. I had to have it, but it's still not fall yet.
Yeah, it's not fall
I
yet.
can drink pumpkin all year round and be happy.
Mm-mm-mm.
It is not just a seasonal thing in this household.
Uh, I do like pumpkin spice though. It is good,
Mhm.
but no, not yet. So I just had a I like to also like put cinnamon. So cinnamon in my coffee kind of helps it to like have a different kind of a flavor and a feel.
It's not
Um
as bitter when you add
yes.
cinnamon to it.
Mhm.
Yes,
So I like
that's
cinnamon in
very
my coffee.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Cinnamon is one of my favorite flavors to add to my coffee as well. Even if like I make a cappuccino or a latte and I do like a little swirl of whipped cream on top of it, some cinnamon goes on top of there as well, giving it a nice
Mhm.
little touch,
Mhm.
Right?
Do you
making
want
it
to know
look
Look
a
feel
cool fun
fancy.
idea? So every like fall time, I love for my house to smell like cinnamon. So
Mhm.
unfortunately, I do try to use the cinnamon sticks to eat it in my oatmeal and stuff, but I really boil them with
Mhm.
Mhm.
some cloves, like a dash of cloves, and I just allow the aroma to run through my home, and it smells
Mhm. It
And you
does.
could probably drink that as a tea, Gabby, as well.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
Should I?
Cloves have yes, you can. Cloves have like a whole bunch of benefits. And I was like just watching something with star they were talking about star anise,
Mhm.
like making a tea with that as well.
Mm.
So
I gotta
cloves and
try
star
one
anise, they
day.
have a
Got
lot
to
of
boil
benefits.
I be so good with the smell. I gotta try.
Yes.
Let that boil together and try it with an apple like tea bag. That sounds delicious.
Oh, yes.
Or
Okay,
even throw
let's
in some
try it.
apples in there too. Give it that extra flavor, that extra
Yeah.
scent.
I've
Mhm.
added lemons in there before.
Lemon always
Yes.
makes everything better.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, yeah. So good. So good. So natural.
Mhm.
So refreshing. So many
Mhm.
benefits.
So moving forward, as always, my plate, my wins. Make it your own. For healthy eating style, everything you eat or drink over time matters and can help you be healthier now and in the future. So we always like to refer back to our my plate. Just as a reminder, half of your plate, fruits and vegetables. Trying to consume more whole fruits and vegetables, as well as eating the rainbow, all those different colors. Varying
Mhm.
your proteins, incorporating fish into your diet minimum 2 times a week. Grains, making half of your grains whole grains, as well as dairy, trying low fat or fat free milk as well. And also, don't forget your proteins. You can also have beans, nuts, lentils, and seeds as
Mhm.
plant based products. Limit the amount of eating and drinking of beverages and foods with less sodium, saturated fats, and added sugars. And to create my wins that fit your healthy eating style, you can start with small changes that you enjoy, like having an extra piece of fruit today and moving towards accomplishing those goals. And another part that we never really see on our My Plate will always include physical activity. It's a part of there, although it's not shown. Physical activity is any movement that requires energy. For health reasons, physical activity should be moderate or vigorous, meaning it gets your heart rate above normal resting levels. For kids, they need at least 60 minutes a day, and adults need 30 minutes 5 times a week. And there's so many different choices for physical activity. You can go for a brisk walk, dance a little bit, do some household chores, gardening, cleaning out your car. The options are endless.
Mhm. Yep. That's my next feat. Get outside and go for a walk.
And now that it's getting colder out, it's a little easier to do so.
Mhm.
I definitely love going for a walk.
I love
It's
my
my
walk.
favorite. I'm trying to get a little bit more active, including some jogging in my physical activity. As I always recommend, try YouTube. Look for find whatever physical activity suits you best. For myself, I
Mhm.
love to dance. There's lots of
Yeah.
dancing exercises on YouTube, free ones, and so many different options for you to choose from as well. Aerobics, Pilates.
Mhm. There's even like chair aerobics. Like there's like some really cool stuff out there that's available.
And when it comes
Um,
to physical activity, always listen to your body as well. Don't push it too far. Don't injure yourself any further than what you could already be. We only get this life once, and to make sure that we're using it to the fullest that we can.
yeah, for
Love to
sure.
put on my favorite music and I just go off into this whole dancing world. Like I
Mhm.
said, I'm Jamaican, so I love the dance hall scene. So I put on some music and it's just a little, I got my little thing going and that's a workout in itself. I get through like 5 songs and I just be like, okay, that's enough.
That's what I love to hear. Dancing is one of my favorites too. Honestly, if you ever like are slumped with not wanting to do house chores, throw on some music. Dance while you're doing it. I'm dancing while I'm vacuuming. Like I've mentioned
Mhm.
before, my vacuum is like an extra 20 pounds when it's running. I am breaking a sweat as I'm doing it. So household chores will never be forgotten.
Victoria's got her grandmom's vacuum cleaner, by the way, and it's probably like one of those Kirby's that are like it was like super heavy, probably.
I still have to change the bag in the vacuum cleaner, but you know what? It works. It gets the job done, and it's probably the best vacuum I've
That's
ever used in my
of
lifetime.
course, of course,
She will be running until she can't no more.
I
of
know that's
course.
right.
Oh man. Well, hopefully, everybody. I don't know if anybody has any questions out there in Facebook, but I know I don't have any questions as of right now. Victoria's been super thorough in explaining everything that we need to know, and she's brought us so many ideas as far as infusing our waters and utilizing those fruits that might be on the cusp of going bad. Sometimes I tend to let there might be like 3 strawberries left, and they're just sitting there, and they're like kind of like becoming dry.
Mm-hmm. Throw them in that water. Throw them in sparkling water, regular water. Give it some life again.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna go ahead and utilize those, as long as they're not furry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't do furry.
Yes, be careful of that. But also be mindful. You can use canned fruits and vegetables as well for that added flavor. Like in the video, they did utilize canned pineapple in there. So don't be afraid to use fresh, frozen, or canned in the recipes too.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Gabby, what are you going to be making tonight? You making any beverages?
Actually, I'm thinking about going to make me some lemon water so I can detox some of some food that I ate yesterday that's not sitting well. Yes. And my mom's making curry goat.
Ooh, I'll be back. My favorite. I usually go to I actually go out to Trenton for my curry sometimes. If I'm not making it at home, but there's this place called Hot on the Spot. It's like Trinidadian.
Okay, in Hamilton.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. You know it's crazy because every Caribbean every Caribbean kind of cooks their curry different. Everybody kind of cooks their curry different. So I do like their curry chicken, but it is cooked different than how I grew up.
So y'all utilize what would you say is different?
The consistency of the curry.
Okay.
Like we created more into more of like a gravy based, and theirs is more of like it's thick, very thick around their food.
I think it's because they utilize like a lot more potato and chickpeas.
Okay, I didn't know what that consistency.
And that breaks down, and it creates that thickness.
That makes sense with the chickpeas. I see how the chickpeas can spread it and keep it together at the same time.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. See. All right. So on I know you were asking about beverages, so that just like brought it all back to me. Like, ginger beer is something that's big, right?
Please don't get me back to the supermarket.
So we're gonna go the way that I usually do it, and we're just gonna drop the pieces of ginger in our water just to infuse it.
Can you make it with seltzer? Like, you know how I give it that?
Yeah, you can utilize that ginger, chop it up, try to do like bigger cubes, and it'll infuse into the water as well. But specifically with the ginger, definitely let that sit overnight to give that flavor to it.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very delicious.
And then there's something called sorrel, but I'm not really 100% sure of what it's made with, but I do know it's made with a root, but don't quote me on it.
Hold on. I can ask. Mom!
Ma!
We got the resources.
Ask her what is sorrel made with. Sorrel. Yeah.
I just Googled it. We're going to let Mom tell us, though.
We got the source, the original source.
Is it the beet? Is it beet?
No.
Oh, my mom said go on YouTube.
She's in timeout.
All right, guys. I thought she was going to give us something special. She didn't. Let me just go ahead.
So it's a plant.
Is it beetroot?
I don't. When I just looked up sorrel, it looks like a green plant, but it's looking like spinach. Not sure. Wait, okay.
Hibiscus.
Hibiscus.
I don't know how to say it.
I'm still trying to figure out what exact. See, it's made in Jamaica. Y'all in timeout. So it says this Jamaican beverage is present in most festive occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And actually,
When you add some rum in it,
Mm-hmm.
give it a look.
hibiscus.
So sorrow is a hibiscus flower then.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
It is so good. Oh my God. It is something that I
Yeah.
only drink around holiday times. So that's the only time when somebody in the family makes it.
Mm-hmm.
And usually, it's just so good. And people make it different. Sometimes it's a little bitter. And then sometimes they add ginger.
Yes.
Sometimes they add the alcohol in it. So it is a great drink. And it's very healthy for you.
Yeah, so it does say that sorrel has vitamin B2, which helps boost energy levels, and then vitamin C, which builds your immune system, calcium for your bones, iron to transport oxygen around your body,
Mm-hmm.
magnesium. It's like the list is like long.
It is great. If you get the right person to make it, it is really good. But it also could be very
Yeah.
And I'm looking it up now. It has a beautiful color to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So when you see that sorrel in the store, go ahead and pick it up.
When my family makes it, I will make sure to invite you guys so that you guys can come and
Yes, I'd
enjoy
love
our cuisine.
Yeah.
potluck.
That's what we
We
need to
should do
have.
a potluck. That would be fun.
That would.
We need to cook off. Ooh. Oh yes. Miss Terry Blunt. Hi, Miss Terry. She says, especially if you're diabetic and borderline, so the sorrel is good for that as well. Yeah. And yeah, it was great ideas to make a less sugary beverage. For sure.
Thank you, Miss May. But as always, our time is coming short for everyone, but we always greatly appreciate the time spent with you guys. I love our conversations that we have, not with just Gabby and Miss Erica, but our friends out in virtual land. You guys make these lessons so much more fun. And as always, we'll be back again next week with another lesson. But for today's survey, as always, it's anonymous, and they help us improve our programming and foods access resources in the areas that you guys reside. So please take the opportunity to complete it. Erica, thank you, Gabby. It's a very short survey. There's 11 questions. It won't take you more than 2 minutes to complete it. That survey link can be found on Facebook as well as on your screen. If you're not on your phone, you can go ahead and scan the QR code if you are on a PC or any other device where you'll have phone access. But we greatly appreciate everyone taking the time to be with us today, learn a little bit more about healthy beverages, and I look forward to our next class together.
Yes. Thank y'all. Thank everybody. Thank you to everybody that tuned in and engaged with us. Miss May, yes. Gabby's our powerful leader out in Mercer County. Actually, Miss May, I'm going to be actually down in Bridgeton at Ivy Square. We're going to be giving out book bags and school supplies to the community out there. We know it's a little bit far away from the Unity Day, so we wanted to make sure that we touch that community. So we will see you all in Bridgeton, Ivy Square on Friday, right after school. So I will be there with Miss May, and we're going to be giving out book bags.
I can actually make it. I'm thinking about coming.
Come on, then. Come on, lady.
Yes. Let me see.
Let's take a roll down. You can meet Miss May.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning into Parents Engaging Parents. Definitely, if you can, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and also just take a look at our website, www.pepnj.org, and hit that donation button so that we can continue to have these engagements, give out all these resources to the community, and continue to do the work that we do with our parents and community leaders. Not sure what I'm seeing here. And I'm going to All right, everyone. Thank you and have a great night. Yes.